My name is Emmanuel Valerio. This is my second year at BrickCan, and I got introduced to Lego by yours truly.
Well, thank you so much. I'm glad we could introduce you to the amazing Lego community here.
Watching your show, I didn't realize how wonderful a Lego convention could be. All those beautiful builds. So I decided I got to try it. So last year I entered my first show, and this is my second time with Blade Runner, one of my all-time favorite movies. It has a permanent place in my top 10.
There you go. Awesome. So you want to take us through the different sections of the build here?
Okay, this is sort of a forced perspective with the city of Los Angeles with the largest scale, then the industrial complex, the smaller scale, and the smallest scale is the Tyrell Corporation pyramid. So you're supposed to look it from that direction and see it this way, or from above, see the spinner flying above, and you can see the landscape below. This is the first time I've actually seen it fully completed. They're in different parts of my house. So this is the first time I've actually put them together, and it works.
Yeah, that's great. So you build it in kind of different sections, then put it all together at the show?
Yes.
Okay.
The city of Los Angeles actually is built separately. So when I built this industrial complex, there was an empty spot where I planned to put it, all in theory. So today, last night I put it all together and it works. But there's still a few missing buildings that I plan to add.
So as you were working on this, did you have screenshots from the movie to kind of try to get all the buildings and everything accurate?
I've seen the movie like 50 times. So
It's more like you just memorized it.
well, what I did was I turned on the soundtrack from the movie, and it's playing in the background on an 8-hour loop.
It's like inspiring music to get the build going.
This was the most complex thing to do because of all the intricate shapes. So I actually started, and it was actually lower. I didn't know what parts were out there. So it took me about 2 years to find new parts to actually build it more accurately. I was going to enter the show here, and it was a level lower. I said, no, that doesn't look impressive once I put the background in. So I made it higher, and there it is. The two base plate actually separates. The pyramid comes off, and all the four towers around, they come off. So, like that.
Real easy to move around then. I know micro scale building at kind of this tiny scale is not easy. So talk about some of the challenges you had there and kind of the ways you used different pieces to achieve what you wanted.
When I first started doing micro scale, I was actually trying not to overdo it. Too much detail defeats the purpose, especially since I started with a larger one and I kept getting smaller and smaller. So I actually had to adjust. That's good enough, not too much detail defeats the purpose. The more detail you put in on the ground, the less impressive the pyramid is.
So you had to kind of balance everything out to make sure that the overall picture stayed like you wanted.
Yes. Every now and then, when you're tired and it's the end of the day, you turn off the lights, you see something incredible. Like I did this in the toilet. I turned off the lights, but the living room light is still on, and it reflected all the windows. It's like there was a light source from inside. I go, wow! I had this at the end of my by my bedside. I had a night light on. The night light reflected on all the fires. I'm lying in bed and the flames were flickering. I go, I'm there. So that was fun.
Yeah, that's the cool thing with using different pieces like this. You never know how it's going to look in different light and different areas where you present it.
Yeah, the spinner is my favorite build here. It was the first thing I ever did, and I didn't know if it was possible to build a spinner as close as possible to the actual shape of the vehicle. When I first started out, it was all in the proper blue, but it was very blocky, very angular. As I learned of new parts that could give it a more curved, cleaner look. It didn't come in blue, so that's why some of them were in gray. I'm hoping that because of the way Lego works, someday those parts will come in dark blue.
You never know what they're going to release.
Yes, a few people actually said, I like those gray parts, so I'm okay.
Perfect. Well, great build here. I'm so glad you've continued coming to the show. Do you have more builds planned for the future?
Yes, I have another one back there. It's a steampunk. I'm still working on it. When I came to the show, it was only in my head. So right now I'm still figuring out how to finish it. It's a pair of airships fighting over Paris.
That sounds awesome. We'll look forward to checking that out then. Thank you so much for bringing the build here to BrickCan and for chatting with me about it. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It was so good to meet you.